The infamous drummer Tommy Lee and bass guitarist Nikki Sixx were handcuffed and hauled off to jail. Marisa Maggio joins us from America West Arena, where this whole thing took center stage. Marisa?
Well, tonight the Phoenix Suns take center stage, but last night, right behind me, Motley Crue was performing on that stage and a riot broke out. Police say it was egged on by the former Baywatch star's husband, that's Pamela Anderson Lee, by her husband, and also bassist Nikki Sixx. This is Motley Crue in all its glory during last night's concert at America West Arena. These are two of the stars of Motley Crue after the performance. Sal Costanza shot this video from the front row before the melee broke out. It shows Tommy Lee cursing at the security guards.
Hey, keep the away from those guys, man. Let them have a good time.
Soon thereafter, chaos broke out when Tommy Lee tells fans to toss the chairs.
Chairs and weddings and funerals.
That's when Sal Costanza and his wife knew the party was over.
And I looked over towards the back of the arena, and it was just a waterfall of people coming from the top sections down, and everybody just rushed the stage.
As you can see from this home video, it was hard to get out of the mob.
It was really hard to get out of there. People were clawing at each other, being pushed to the ground.
Phoenix police in full riot gear arrested Tommy Lee and Nikki Sixx in their dressing rooms right after the show.
They were not surprised. They were surprised for how quick they were taken into custody. They still had their stage outfits on.
Tommy Lee and Nikki Sixx bonded out on misdemeanor charges, $500 bond they posted early this morning. They will be performing in Albuquerque tonight. And Team Management, Team Management is the security company these security guards work for, issued a statement wanting Motley Crue to take full responsibility for what they did last night, allegedly.
They got to learn they can't mess around in Phoenix.
That's right.
But they find themselves a bit further down the street when they get arrested for trying to start a riot. The bad boys of rock and roll, drummer Tommy Lee and bassist Nikki Sixx, busted for assaulting a security guard. Marisa Maggio is tracking Motley's melee and joins us from America West Arena with more. Marisa, what happened?
Well, things are a little calmer here at America West Arena tonight. That's because the Phoenix Suns are playing and Charles Barkley isn't, and neither is Motley Crue. But last night, Phoenix police were called in full riot gear to break up Motley Crue's sideshow. Motley Crue made plenty of noise last night. The show definitely goes on. But the lineup wasn't quite what Sal Costanza of Gilbert was expecting. He shot this video from the front row.
Everything was going really good till Tommy came out and encouraged everybody to come forward to the stage and join the party.
That's when Costanza says a waterfall of people poured in from the back of the arena. And that's when he left the party.
We had a real hard time getting out of there. People were getting bounced around like rag dolls.
It all started allegedly when Tommy Lee put his own camera on his fans, specifically the women.
Who's your buddy? Who's your buddy?
He was encouraging the women to pull up their tops.
And they did?
Oh yeah, sure.
If that wasn't enough, Tommy Lee then yelled profanities at the security guards.
You guys security guys being cool, you're being
Then when he told them to get rid of the chairs, that they were only for funerals and weddings, that did it. Hundreds of people stormed to the stage. Tommy Lee and Nikki Sixx are accused of kicking and hitting a security guard and for starting a riot.
I have never seen an incident escalate like it did last night. I was actually on the radio advising the control center that is out of hand, and I needed some reinforcements.
10 fans were arrested for disorderly conduct, and about a handful of people were injured last night when they stormed across the stage.
Does any of that disorderly conduct include taking off their clothes, Marisa?
Well, we're not sure yet right now. Police are still investigating this matter. By the way, Tommy Lee, when he was booked into the Madison Street jail, just had on those small boxer shorts there for a while.
What happened to his pants?
I'm sorry?
What happened to his pants?
He likes to perform without them, Robin.
Oh, good.
You don't know?
This isn't the first time that members of Motley Crue have done this sort of thing. In fact, it was a very similar scene in North Carolina just 2 months ago.
You feel pretty good beating up a little girl.
In October, the band caused quite a stir at a show in Greensboro. This home video shows Tommy Lee pouring a beer on the crowd while Nikki Sixx encourages fans to get up on the stage. Security officers did manage to tame that wild crowd before anybody got hurt. That night, Lee and Sixx were also arrested for inciting a riot and for assault.
Didn't learn their lesson. That's because 2 members of the heavy metal band Motley Crue were arrested after their show at America West Arena. And now they face charges of inciting a riot. This is the band that got carried away and then got carried away last night at America West Arena, Motley Crue. And after getting carried away literally by the cops, the 2 stars made an appearance at Phoenix PD for a photo shoot of sorts. Sal Costanza shot this video from right in front of the stage before the riot. It shows Tommy Lee verbally abusing security guards.
Mr. Security Man, right here, Robert. Turn around. Hey, come on. Hey. Keep the away from those guys, man. Let them have a good time.
With the crowd apparently not provoked enough, Tommy Lee tells fans to toss their chairs.
Chairs are for weddings and funerals.
That's when Sal Costanza and his wife knew this would be a concert to remember for a lot of reasons.
I looked over towards the back of the arena, and it was just a waterfall of people coming from the top sections down, and everybody just rushed the stage. It was really hard to get out of there. People were clawing at each other, being pushed to the ground.
America West estimates damage at around $10,000, almost all of it to the chairs.
And Terry, last night's arrest, not the first time police have had to deal with the band's antics. Just 2 months ago, 2 of the members found themselves behind bars again after a concert. The Rockers created quite a stir at a show in Greensboro, North Carolina. A fan's home video shows Tommy Lee pouring beer on the crowd while Nikki Sixx urges fans to rush the stage. Security officers did calm that crowd, but Lee and Sixx were arrested for inciting a riot and for leading a riot after encouraging fans to rush the stage. This is video shot by fan Sal Costanza during last night's show. You see drummer Tommy Lee here egging fans on, telling them throw their chairs. 17 Phoenix police officers in full riot gear had to be called in to control the fans after the band invited them to join them on stage.
They were up there while they were playing for like the last probably minute of the song. The stage was filled with people jumping around, and never seen anything like that before.
Well, along with Lee, bass player Nikki Sixx was also arrested on misdemeanor assault charges. Damage to America West Arena estimated at $10,000.
With tires, I'll tell you more coming up in sports.
Well, after that riot at the Motley Crue concert, you might wonder just how safe is it to climb into the mosh pit.
In tonight's special assignment, we'll look at what's being done to keep concerts safe without spoiling the fun.
A riot, a melee, or just a rock and roll show that pushed the envelope.
No matter what your perception of last night's Motley Crue show, the question that lingers, is it safe to go to a concert in the Valley? In tonight's special assignment, we find out.
Come on down and watch the concert.
Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee invites the crowd to come on down. But within hours, Lee and guitarist Nikki Sixx are posing for mugshots courtesy of the Phoenix Police Department. Was it a wild ending to a rowdy show, or a reason to worry about your safety at a concert in the Valley? When bands like Motley Crue come to town, there's no doubt security is a priority.
Every concert is different, and we do a lot of research in regards to where they've been and how the crowds are acting. Motley Crue, we've bulked up the security. We have extra patrols walking around to get into hot spots during the concert on the floor in the stands. We added extra police officers.
Hopefully the security guys will be cool.
It's not just the security people who are concerned. Safety is also a priority with the promoters who bring the shows to town.
There's a very good working relationship there. There's an understanding. I mean, it's a trust thing, and nobody likes to see that trust broken. And for the most part, it's, you know, everybody's concern is the audience's safety as well as the artists.
When 2 of the performers wind up in jail, there's no skating around the fact that things got out of hand. But for Zalisco, who's put on more than 500 shows this year, the Motley Crue show was an aberration.
I don't think you could say that this is a trend or of any sort. It's just an isolated incident.
And he points out that rock and roll concerts aren't the only place where things can go wrong.
You go to a basketball game and you run into Latrell Sprewell or Charles Barkley. I mean, there is extreme personalities in this entertainment, media-driven business that we're involved in. And some wild stuff can happen. It just isn't on a concert stage, as people like Dennis Rodman prove every day.
Zelisko doesn't argue that Motley Crue went a bit over the edge last night.
But he does point out that in addition to whatever criminal charges they may face, they will have to pay for the damages they caused at America West.
On. Hey, Mr. Security Man, right here, bro. Turn around. Hey, come on. Hey, get the fuck away from those guys, man. Let them have a good time. Jesus Christ. God damn, man. Just fucking chill out and leave my friends alone. Dude, hey! Take a picture of the man. You know what? Okay, no, I got an idea. Watch, these guys are getting the fuck out of here. Chairs are for fucking weddings and funerals.